This is why having a reputation of not taking bullshit is so important. Because if you start accepting bullshit, people will notice you accepting bullshit. And by just in the act of imitation, people will start disrespecting you more because they see other people disrespecting you. And it's like, if you ever been bullied, you'll notice that.
Like a boss.
All right, people, welcome to the Robert Greene Book Club. And today we're going to be reacting to Robert Greene's book, The 33 Strategies of War. And it's how to deter enemies. And this one is about how to create the type of presence that prevents people from attacking you. It intimidates people who are trying to attack you. And this is the main reason why some people tend to be targeted more than other people as victims of crime, simply because there is something about them that's attracting a predator. There's something about them that attracts people to attack them. And unfortunately, this is said in our nonverbal cues and how we walk and how we move. And some humans, especially some people who are predators, they have an instinct to be able to sense when you're weak. They've been predators for long enough. They've attacked people long enough. They've used people long enough where they are geniuses of finding victims, literal geniuses. A lot of these narcissists, right? There's different forms of geniuses. You have some evil geniuses out there. So we're gonna talk about how to use that deterrence so that if somebody disrespects you, you stop it before it gets any bigger. Okay. And if you guys enjoy this type of video, you could join the Robert Greene Book Club. And if you are part of the Robert Greene Book Club, thank you very much. Let's continue. And if you guys enjoyed this Robert Greene video, become a member of the Robert Greene Book Club. And there you'll get access to the full-length videos where I actually break down this chapter.
10. Create a threatening presence. Deterrence strategies. The best way to fight off aggressors is to keep them from attacking you in the first place. To accomplish this, you must create the impression of being more powerful than you are. Build up a reputation. You're a little crazy. Fighting you is not worth it. You take your enemies with you when you lose. Create
That's why
and make it credible with it.
That's why people don't fight people who have nothing to lose, because those types of people are dangerous. Like people who are in prison, right? Who have death row. You don't want to fight that person.
A few impressively violent acts. Uncertainty is sometimes better than overt threat. If your opponents are never sure what messing with you will cost, they will not want to find out.
And so the way to do that is you become predictable when they see you and they understand you from the jump, right? When you only show them one side of your personality. But you become harder to read if you get in touch and allow yourself to feel the parts of you that are more aggressive, that are the harder parts of your personality. And unfortunately, that comes down to you facing your fears and slowly learning how to be literally more aggressive. And this is only for people who are passive. This is not for the Terminators out there who love confronting people. This is not for you, Jessica, the Puerto Rican girl, none of that kind of stuff, okay? Jose, the Puerto Rican, no, stop it, okay? This is not for you. This is for freaking Melissa, the white girl, fucking Bob, the programmer. Sounds like they're all white. Right? But the whole point is that your background, your history of being a victim, your history of being hurt is pretty much advertised in your face. And that's the issue, is that it's hard to hide, right? If you've always been bullied, you're going to attract bullies. And if you've never been bullied and you've always been the bully, you're going to attract victims. So unfortunately, this is just fear. Like when you show fear in your face, what that means is that you haven't confronted your fears yet. You're not confronting them face to face. And so you have to confront your fears in the form of the outside world. And unfortunately, this is not like a one thing solution, but it just comes down to get yourself in uncomfortable situations. That doesn't mean get into fights, but lean towards being more uncomfortable. Do things that are uncomfortable, because that's where your fear lies. And by doing things that are uncomfortable, starting a new business, doing that thing that you always wanted to do, approaching that girl, approaching that guy, taking a risk and saying that I like you, that I love you, confronting that bully, those little moments of fear that you force yourself to do, force yourself to confront, over time will slowly change your demeanor, because your demeanor and the way that you walk is a reflection of you. And unfortunately, the only way for you to really change from somebody who gets disrespected, doesn't get the respect, comes.
Instead of threatening, play on people's natural paranoia.
This is big.
Instead of threatening your opponents openly, you take action that is indirect and designed to make them think. This might mean using a go-between to send them a message, to tell some disturbing story about what you are capable of. Or maybe you let them spy on you, only to hear something that should give them cause for concern.
This is
Making your
why
enemies think.
this is why having a reputation of not taking bullshit is so important. Because if you start accepting bullshit, people will notice you accepting bullshit, and by just in the act of imitation, people will start disrespecting you more because they see other people disrespecting you. And it's like, if you ever been bullied, you'll notice that the kids who get bullied by more people. Weakness, unfortunately, draws predators. It draws people's desire to manipulate you. That's just how people are.
Think they have found out that should give them cause for concern. Making your enemies think they have found out you are plotting a countermove is more effective than telling them so yourself. Make a threat, and you may have to live up to it, but making them think you are working treacherously against them is another story. The more veiled menace and uncertainty you generate, the more their imaginations will run away with them, and the more dangerous an attack on you will seem. Establish a frightening reputation. This reputation can be for any number of things: being difficult, stubborn, violent, ruthlessly efficient.
Steve Jobs had the reputation of being difficult. But the point is that if you tell your partner that you were played, if you tell your partner that you were abused, if you take, like, especially in the beginning, and you give off that victim vibe, that might attract the wrong person. That's why I keep that type of information for much later on. Because if you tell someone that you were easily manipulated, I'm telling you, people, you'd be surprised how often people would then start to manipulate you because you confess it's easy to manipulate you. Like, people do that type of stuff, and a lot of people get shocked when I say that, but it's just human nature. Like, it's just human nature. You don't really know what people want, you know? So saying that type of stuff might perk the ear off of the wrong person.
To create this image, you may every now and then have to play a bit rough, but eventually it will become enough of a deterrent to make those occasions rare. It will be an offensive weapon, scaring people into submission before they even meet you. In any event, you must build your reputation.
Yeah, and he talks about how to develop that
Carefully, allowing no inconsistencies. Any holes in this kind of image will make it worthless.
And amongst your friends, you got to have that reputation of somebody who doesn't take shit from people, especially when they're recommending you for a relationship, because you want them to say you're not easy. You want them to say you don't take shit. But if they know you as a person who's always getting played, who's always getting used, who's always complaining about the partner who keeps disrespecting them, then how the hell do you think they're going to talk about you when they're recommending you to somebody else? Like, them describing you to somebody is just going to make them salivate to use you. So realize that demanding respect from this person doesn't just stop there. Because we're all in a web, and we're all interconnected. And somebody's respect for you increases the other person's respect for you. But somebody's disrespect for you increases the next person's disrespect for you, because we can sense things. They may see other people disrespect you, but also they will see the battle scars of disrespect in your face and in your nonverbal cues.
Deterrence and reverse intimidation in practice. King Edward I of England was a fierce 13th century warrior king who was determined to conquer all of the British Isles. To stop what seemed inevitable, Robert the Bruce evolved a novel strategy. When the English attacked, he did not take them on directly. He would have lost. Instead, he hit them indirectly, but where it hurt, doing exactly to the English what they were doing to him, ruining his country. He continued to play tit for tat until the English understood that every time they attacked Scotland, they would get a bloody nose in exchange. They would lose valuable farmland, be harassed, fight in abysmal conditions. They slowly lost their hunger for the fight, then finally gave up. The essence of this deterrence strategy is the following. When someone attacks you or threatens you, you make it clear that he will suffer in return. He or she may be stronger. He may be able to win battles, but you will make him pay for each victory.
It's almost like that's why we're so afraid of bees, because even though a bee can't kill us, it's still gonna hurt. So we're more afraid of the bee than the bee is of us. Or even like honey badgers, right? Animals don't attack honey badgers simply because honey badgers, yeah, it can't kill you. Yeah, it could chop your balls off, yeah. But a honey badger can maim you. It may not kill you, but it's definitely gonna maim you. You may kill it, but you're gonna kill it while breaking your jaw or getting your balls bit out. Like that's what they do. So it's what I've learned is that bullies don't like victims that fight back.
Instead of taking him on directly, you hurt something he values, something close to home. You make him understand that every time he bothers you, he can expect damage, even if on a smaller scale. The only way to make you stop attacking him in your irritating fashion is for him to stop attacking you. You are like a wasp on his skin. Most people leave wasps alone.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. I mean, holy shit, Robert Greene. I haven't listened to this part in years, so I did not remember that part, but that's very true. As long as you fight back, as long as you're willing to bring people down with you, you're feared. You know, and that takes a certain level of wisdom and irrationality, because you're making people think you're crazy in certain areas.
Reversal. In the long run, frightening people creates enemies, and if you fail to back up your tough reputation with victories, you will lose credibility.
An example is Dylan Brooks in the NBA. Dylan Brooks was a marginal player who talked a lot of trash. And a lot of people didn't like it because he would talk a lot of trash, but he wouldn't back it up. And when his team lost in the playoffs, everyone was attacking him. Everyone was blaming him. Everyone was mad at him. Why? Because he talked the talk. He could trash talk, right? He could intimidate you with his trash talk. But the problem was that when he got into the basketball court, he couldn't back it up. And so that's why this strategy. A lot of people have to be careful with the strategy, because if you cannot back it up, you just stay shut. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. It might save you time, or even it might make you look temporarily, but eventually you're gonna have to back up what you're saying. And there's nothing worse than being disappointed of someone who looked good, but in reality they were just cowards.
If your opponent gets angry enough to decide to play the same game back at you, you may also escalate a squabble into a retaliatory war. Use this strategy with caution.
And that's the strategy of deterrence. It's pretty much showing that you're willing to suffer. You're willing to cut your nose to spite your face. That's all that is. And with dating, a lot of the times, leaving people who are not good for us feels like you're cutting your nose to spite your face. It really does. Leaving people who are not good for us give us that sensation. But the truth is that leaving people who are not good for us does not cut your nose. It shouldn't cut your nose. It will hurt, but you got to take that pain, because if you actually treat that pain as a spiritual practice, for example, next time you get hurt, just imagine that you are scanning your whole body. And just scan your body. Scan your body. This takes so much concentration that you're not going to have time to think. Like scanning your body, feeling how this feels in your mind, trying to feel it. Like if I ask you to feel your nose, you can feel your nose. If I ask you to feel this, you may not be able to feel it, but if you concentrate hard enough, you might be able to get a sensation. And then do the same thing, but now move along the face with that scanning, like that. Just scan. And what that does is that you can't think of the problem, but you could definitely feel the emotion. But if you are feeling the emotion without thinking, simply because you're scanning your body and that takes up so much of your attention, what you're doing is that you're feeling without judging. You are inadvertently accepting. Because feeling without thought is accepting. But feeling and saying I don't like it is resistance. And that creates more of it. And so you're allowing the fire of that pain to run out because you're not adding any more material into it. And that's how you're able to deal with the emotion of leaving them, even though it hurts. But what happens is that this actually strengthens you. And it is actually a blessing because every time you go through this process, you're eliminating sankaras or bad karma or suppressed emotions or traumas that's deeply inside of you and that you tend to not feel because you're usually suppressing it. Or just go to a 10-day meditation retreat, or purchase the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I can't find it. Or purchase my course Emotional Mastery. You could do that. Anyways, people, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what other chapter of Robert Greene's books I should make, and I'll see you guys next time.